Hey, what's up, guys? Good to be with you again, and we've got another 1908 game for you. It is now May 8th, 1908, and we have once again the Highlanders of the Red Sox. You ask why? It's because the Red Sox are still closing in on the Athletics, who, as you'll recall, lost. Actually, it was a game 2 days ago, and Highlanders are not that far out of it either. It's amazing. So we're about, 22, 23 games a team into at least the American League part of this replay, and you have this much parity. Compare that to the 1949 season where the National League is starting to see the Giants pull out after about, 33, 34 games. It's just amazing how different replays are. You know, you play them the same way, you set them up the same way, and sometimes you get this, and sometimes you get something like this. So that's what we have so far, and here is Harry Niles to lead this off for the Highlanders. He rolls a 54 for a 45 fly ball right field, and that's the first out. It's Gessler's got that one away. Willie Keeler now rolls a 43 for a 29. Come back over to Cy Young, throws to first, 2 away. Charlie Hemphill rolls a 15 for 11. There'll be a base hit, and he will steal second base as Neil Ball gets up there. So here is Ball, runner on at second. 2 outs, top the first, and his roll 21 for a 30. Fly ball left field. It's going to be Kravitz who's there for it. And we go to the bottom of the first inning, and it'll be Doc Gessler leading this off for the Red Sox. Been hoping to put away the Highlanders for a while, and it just still hasn't happened. There's a ground ball over to Ball. Neil Ball throws to at shortstop, throws to first, 1 away. Bob Unglaub up there now. He rolls a 46 for 29. Come back over to Rube Manning, who throws to first, 2 gone. Frank Laporte now rolls a 61 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left. Stahl's got that, and we go to the top of the second. Jake Stahl rolls a 56 for 34. Stahl hitting 228, and Lilly rolls a 12. That'll be in there. In that range, that ends up being an error on the third baseman, Lord, and so Stahl makes it to first, and here comes Hal Chase, runner on at first, nobody out. Hal Chase hitting a 241, no on-base percentage, low slugging. He rolls a 25 for an 11, and there's a base hit, a single, and that sends Stahl to third, and Chase then steals second, and that'll bring up Red Kleinow. So the Highlanders threatening here early, despite my best wishes, and here's Red Kleinow. Rolls a 54 for a 45. It's a fly ball right field, not very deep. Gessler has it for the out, 1 away. Wade Conroy up there now, hitting 130. Rolls a 61 for a 32. Another fly to right. Again, not deep enough. Gessler's got it for the second out. And here comes Rube Manning. Pitcher Manning rolls again, 54 for a 45. Another fly ball to right field. Gessler's got that. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. It's going to be Heine Wagner here for Boston. Wagner rolls a 45 for a 14 and takes his base in a walk, and that'll bring up Gabby Kravitz. I think Wagner, yes, he does have that 11, so we'll do some hitting and running. Rolls a 26 for a 27, ground ball to the left side. Third baseman Conroy has to go to first. Wagner makes it up to second. 1 away, and here's Harry Lord, runner on at second. And he rolls a 51 for an 8. That'll be a comeback over to Manning, throws to first, and Wagner moves to third. 2 gone, and here's Lou Krieger. Lou rolls a 42 for a 32, fly ball right field, and it's going to be Keeler who has that for the out. We go to the top of the third. Harry Niles will lead this off for New York. Rolls a 36 for a 32, fly ball right field. Gessler has that for the out, 1 away. Willie Keeler now up there rolls a 65 for a 35. Here comes that little E roll. It's going to be a 34 out of the range, so it's a pop-up over to the left side. Third baseman Lord has that for the out, 2 away. Charlie Hemphill comes up now, hitting 235. Some on-base percentage, though. He's been walking a bit, and he rolls a 36 for a 33. Here's that little E roll, and it's going to be a 52. That ends up being a pop-up over to second base. Laporte has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Denny Sullivan hitting number 8 in the Red Sox lineup, and we'll see what he can do. He rolls a 66 for a 0, and his next roll is a 62 for a 6. That'll be a double, and that'll bring up Cy Young. Cy Young, the pitcher, of course, not much of a hitter, and we'll have him bunt. And the roll is 62 for a 12. There is a little E roll. 53, the little E roll, so it ends up being 2 attempts to bunt by Young, and he misses both. 2 strikes on him. Swings away this time, rolls a 22 for a 7. There'll be a single to right. That scores the runner. So much for me disparaging Young and his hitting abilities as he has come through. 1-0 for Boston, and here is Doc Gessler. Gessler rolls a 65 for a 35. Here's the little E roll. 35 is the roll. It ends up being a foul out to the catcher Kleinow for the first out, 1 away. Unglaub now. Bob Unglaub rolls a 15 for a 10. That'll be a single to right center. Young goes to third, and then Unglaub is able to steal second. That'll bring up Frank Laporte, and so the Red Sox really starting to turn it on here. We're up 1-0, runners on second and third, and only 1 out, bottom of the third. We'll have Laporte swing away, rolls a 13 for a 14. He ends up walking anyway. There'll be the second walk given up by Rube Manning. And here comes Heine Wagner. Wagner is 0 for 0 today with a walk. 7 runs batted in. And he rolls a 14 for a 43. Here comes another little E roll. I think I've had one of these every single roll. 43 is the roll, and it's a fly ball left field. Stahl has that for the out. There's 2 away, and here's Gavy Kravis. So the Red Sox still knocking on that door. And the roll is a 51 for a 9. That's a fly ball left field, and it's going to be Stahl who has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Red Sox is all. Here is Neil Ball for the Highlanders. He rolls a 56 for a 32. Fly ball over to right field, and it's Gessler who has that 1 away. Jake Stahl up there. He rolls a 61 for a 37. Change to 39. That'll just be a strike. Next rolls a 24 for a 13. He strikes out. So 2 gone. Here's Hal Chase. Chase rolls a 32 for a 26. It'll be a ground ball to Laporte. Throws to first. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Harry Lord is up there now. Roll for Lord is a 31 for a 9. Pop up over the left side. Third baseman Conroy's got that for the out. 1 away. Lou Krieger now rolls a 55 for an 8. That's a single to left center field. That'll bring up Denny Sullivan, the outfielder, the center fielder, rather. Runner on at first. He's going to bunt. And has a 33 for a 7, so he ends up giving up a chance to get a hit. Bunt to the right side. Chase has it. Flips over to Niles, covering at the bag. 2 away, and here's Cy Young. Probably a bad idea there. And Young, look at that, he rolls an 11 for a 7. That's going to be a single that will score the runner. So Cy Young has driven in both runs so far for the Red Sox. And here comes Doc Gessler again. Gessler already 100 plate appearances this season. It's pretty early. And he rolls an 11 for a 0. And a 43 for a 7. So that'll be a single to right center. Young goes to third. And Gessler, of course, stops at first. 6 hits now for the Red Sox. Here is Bob Wingelaub. Runners on at the corners. 2 out. And he rolls a 62 for a 12. Little E roll is down. It's a 66 out of the range. That'll be a ground ball back to Chase, over to Chase, who flips over to Manning, covering at the bag at first. We go to the top of the 5th, so the Red Sox in control now somewhat, 2-0 to score. Red Kleinow first up, rolls a 34 for a 44. Fly ball center field, and Sullivan has that 1 away. Wood Conroy rolls a 41 for a 28. Ground ball shortstop, and it'll be Heine Wagner, who throws to first. 2 gone. Rube Manning up, and he rolls a 61 for a 13 and strikes out. We go to the bottom of the 5th, just like that. Frank Laporte up there for the Red Sox. He will roll a 54 for a 45, and here's that little E roll. It's a 55, so it's out of the range. Fly ball to right field, and Wee Willie Keeler has that 1 away. Heine Wagner now the next batter for the Red Sox. Wagner is 0 for 1 today with a walk. And he rolls a 55 for an 8. That'll be a single to left center field, and that's hit number 7 for the Red Sox, and that'll bring up Gavy Kravis. And this is the thought, which is, do you bunt? Do you swing away? We probably do need to bunt with Kravitz hitting 188. And the roll's a 46 for a 29, so it's a bunt over to the right side. Chase has it, turns around, and throws over to Ball, covering at second for the force out. And so they get the lead runner. Here now is Harry Lord with 2 outs, and he rolls a 25 for a 10. Single to right center field. Kravitz goes to third, and Lord steals the base. Afterwards, runners on at second and third now for Lou Krieger. He rolls a 31 for a 36. That's going to be a passed ball that's charged to Kleinow, and the runners all advance, and that makes this a 3-0 ball game. Krieger still up there. Lord now on third. And the roll is a 63 for a 30. Fly ball left side, left field, and it's Stahl who has that for the out, the left fielder. We go to the top of the 6th. Here now is Harry Niles. Young, I tell you, 0.65 ERA, 180 batted against average. He's 2 and 4. Here's Harry Niles, who rolls a 62 for a 12. Little E roll is a 34 out of the range. It's a ground ball over to first base, and it's Unglab who grabs that, goes to the bag himself, 1 away. Wee Willie Keeler rolls a 64 for a 13 and strikes out, 2 gone. Here's Charlie Hemphill, who rolls a 12 for a 25. Ground ball second base. Laporte goes to first, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. So there you go, as fast as it can possibly be. Here is Denny Sullivan. Denny rolls a 62 for a 12. Ground ball to the first base, down the first base line. Chase has it and goes to the bag himself, 1 away. Here now is Cy Young, 2 RBIs this season, both in this game. Rolls a 45 for a 36. He doesn't even have a walk there. It's a ball. Next roll is a 43 for a 29. Ground ball comebacker to Manning, who throws to first, 2 away. Doc Gessler's up, and he rolls a 36 for a 14 and takes his base. Bring up Bob Unglaub. 3 walks now from Rube Manning, no strikeouts. Unglaub rolls a 32 for a 26. It'll be a ground ball over to the second baseman Niles, who flips over to Ball, covering at the bag, and we go to the top of the 7th. And here is Neil Ball, down 3-0 are the Highlanders and running out of time. Ball rolls a 62 for a 12, and here's a little E roll. It's going to be a 62 out of the range, so it's a ground ball over to Unglaub. The first baseman goes to the bag himself. 1 away. Jake Stahl rolls a 12 for a 25. Little E roll ends up being a 15, so it's within the range. That'll be an error on the shortstop, Heining Wagner. Stahl makes it to first. Second error on the Red Sox in this game. That'll bring up Hal Chase. Chase rolls a 61 for a 41. Ends up being a ground ball over to the shortstop, Wagner, who flips over to Laporte, covering at second to get the lead runner. Stahl will have to come out of this game as he's injured, and Chase replaces him at first. And here's Red Klein out with 2 outs. Rolls a 14 for a 43, and that's a fly ball center field. Sullivan has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And as I promised, we'll take Stahl out of this game. Who's going to come in to play left field? It's going to be George Mortiarty, however you say his name. Moriarty comes in. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Frank Laporte, who rolls a 24 for a 13 and strikes out. 1 away. Heinie Wagner now. He rolls a 32 for a 26. Ground ball, second base. Niles on to first. 2 gone. Gavy Kravitz rolls a 23 for a 32. Fly ball right field. Keeler has it. And we go to the top of the 8th. Wood Conroy now trying to figure out Cy Young. Conroy trying to figure out how to hit Major League pitching, hitting 127. Rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker back to Young, who throws to first. 1 away. Rube Manning now has rolls a 21 for a 30. Fly ball left field. Kravitz has that for the out. 2 away. Here now, Harry Niles, who rolls a 35 for a 36, and that's going to be a ball. His next roll is a 15 for an 11. That's the 3rd hit only off of Young, and it turns into a stolen base. Niles now on at second base. 3 hits off of Cy Young. Here's Willie Keeler, who rolls a 53 for a 15, changed to 21. Single to deep first base, and Ungelau playing a little bit too deep. Niles goes over to third, and Keeler beats that one out. 2 away, runners at the corners. Here's Charlie Hemphill, and he rolls a 34 for a 44. Fly ball over to center field. Sullivan has it for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Harry Lord coming up. Lord rolls a 31 for a 9. Pop up left side. It's third baseman Conroy who has that. 1 away. Lou Krieger now rolls a 54 for a 45. Fly ball to right field. And Gessler has that. 2 gone. Here's Denny Sullivan. He rolls an 11 for a 0. And a 66 for a 2. That'll be a triple for Sullivan, who hits that one deep to left center field. That lands between Moriarty and Hemphill. Sullivan getting around quickly, and that'll bring up Cy Young, the pitcher, and they all stand and applaud him after this performance so far. And Young, what does he do? Rolls a 22 for a 7. You saw that roll. It's right there if you don't see it, and that's a single to left field. That will score the runner, make it 4-0, and Young has driven in 3 of the 4 runs. Here's Doc Gessler. What a performance by Cy Young, and Gessler rolls a 63 for a 31. Fly ball to center field. Hemphill has that for the out, and we go to the top of the 9th. So Young working on a masterpiece 4-hit shutout. And Neil Ball, the first batter, rolls a 65 for a 35. Foul out. That's the left side. Lord has that 1 away. Moriarty now rolls a 53 for an 18. That'll be changed to 16. Fly ball to center field. And it's going to be Sullivan who has that. 2 gone. Just so you know, the way that works is that's automatic. We don't do anything about it. The game will automatically change it. It's not an equal chance. It actually tends to emphasize 18, which is always shortstop. So that's what happens to those air rolls. And here's Hal Chase, who rolls a 61 for a 41, changed to 39. That'll be a strike. Chase's next roll is a 13 for a 37, changed to 23, and that's going to be a dribbler in front of the plate. Krieger has it, throws over to first, and that does it. So this was the Cy Young show definitely today. Young with 3 base hits and drives in 3 runs, throws a shutout and gives up only 4 hits on the part of the Highlanders. The Red Sox are rolling. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.